Good morning, students. Myself DK Verma from Shanti Niketan Jubilee School Motihari. Students, in this lecture class, we are going to study about topics like comparing three sectors, final goods and GDP gross domestic product and historical change in sectors. Students, whenever we discuss about comparing three sectors, we discuss about primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector and their role in the economy of the country. Whenever we compare these three sectors, we compare two important things, and they are their contribution in the GDP and also in creating employment. Students, evidences are enough in our country to tell us that in the initial time when India was not modernized in primary sector and secondary sector as well as tertiary sector, there was greater contribution of primary sector, I mean agricultural sector and related sectors, in the creation of GDP as well as providing employment in our country. But nowadays we find some changed situation. Students, we have to compare primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector in between two different life times, between two different years, and they are 1973 and 2003. Whenever we talk about the contribution of primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector in the creation of GDP and employment, we come to know that around 1973 our primary sector, means the agricultural sector, had its better contribution by giving too much in the national income as well as by creating too much jobs. But nowadays we find the different situation. At that time, around 2000 and before years, we find that our secondary sector, manufacturing sector, was also not too much developed. Around 1973, our industrial sector was underdeveloped. It was not too much developed, and that is why it was not able to produce a lot of goods, final goods in our country. We had to import so many things of our requirements from abroad. But nowadays, our industrial sector is too much important for us, because this very sector not only produces enough quantity of goods for our domestic needs as well as just to export the goods in abroad, but it has also greater contribution in the creation of employment. So, between 1973 and 2003, the situation in the secondary sector, the figure in the secondary sector has also changed. Tertiary sector nowadays is a very important in the creation of GDP and employment also. So on the basis of GDP and employment, we can compare all these three sectors, students: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Students, here it is quite clear that primary sector and secondary sector both were underdeveloped sectors in 1973 and around years, because then they were not modernized and we were too backward in these fields. Tertiary sector was also too much in backward situation. So here are two tables, students, which are enough to tell us about The contribution of primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector with respect to creation of GDP as well as employment. Students, in 1973, our primary sector had its greater contribution in providing employment to more and more people. Although nowadays also it is the sector which provides too much employment to our Indians, but this very sector is too backward in providing its share in the GDP. Although it has decreased its position in contributing its share in the GDP, but nowadays also this is the field where more and more people are dependent for their livelihood. Students, this is too shameful for us that we are too much dependent on the primary sector for our livelihood, and perhaps this is a reason for its backwardness that we don't move to secondary sector and tertiary sector. There is heavy dependence of people on the primary sector. The second thing is that till now we have not made our primary sector too much beneficial by bringing modern inputs as compared to developed nations of the world like the USA and Canada. So, table number 1 with graph 1 is very clear here to tell us that primary sector in 1973 was the chief sector to provide its better share in the GDP. Secondary and tertiary sectors were too backward. But graph number 2 tells us students that tertiary sector nowadays has its greater contribution in the creation of GDP by providing more and more income to the GDP, gross domestic product, सकल घरेलू उत्पाद. Although we have made significant progress in the secondary sector students, but it is not too satisfactory. Our primary sector nowadays in the recent years has not its better contribution in the GDP, but till now this is the sector where more and more people are dependent for their livelihood. So, if we just compare all these three sectors students, it becomes very clear that as a whole, secondary sector, primary sector and tertiary sector have their better contribution rather than 1973 and around years, but these sectors have not been too much beneficial in creating too much jobs for the people. So, here we have to focus on how we can do better in creating more jobs to cover up the needs of the people. As a whole, we can say that nowadays tertiary sector is more important because this is the sector that gives around 60% of the total GDP of the country. But one negative side of this very sector is that it has not created employment according to the creation of its share in the GDP. Similarly, although secondary sector has done better in the creation of our GDP, gross domestic product, but it has not created too much in the employment also. So, secondary and tertiary sectors, these both sectors have been beneficial in the creation of our GDP nowadays in the better way, but one negative side of all these two sectors, secondary sector and tertiary sector, is that they have not created too much jobs. That is, a very negative side of these two sectors, secondary and tertiary sectors. So the conclusion here, while comparing these three sectors, is that although we have made significant progress in the creation of GDP of the country, but there is a great need to create more and more employment so that more and more people could enjoy their life in a better way. And after that, students, final goods and GDP. What do you mean by final goods? Students, whenever we talk about final goods, we talk about finished goods. Take an example. While making biscuits, a factory purchases wheat, sugar, milk and other ingredients, and also gives salaries to the workers of the factory. For each and every activity, the factory has to give money. But these things are not counted as the final goods. Actually, the final product in the form of biscuit is counted, and on the basis of the volume of the biscuit or number of the biscuit, the total cost of the biscuit is calculated, and then with the amount of profit it is sold there in the market. So final goods means the goods which can be directly used by the consumers in the marketplace after purchase. So we have got the terminology about final goods. Here wheat is not the final good, sugar is not the final good, milk is not the final good. They are all ingredients to make biscuits in the sugar factory. So biscuit is the final good, and its cost finally is calculated so that it could be easily determined that what can be the earning from this very field, what can be the profit from this very field. So students, after final goods and its calculation, there is a terminology GDP, gross domestic product. What is GDP? Students, it is quite clear that GDP is the total sum of values of goods and services from all the three sectors of a nation within a particular year. GDP is the total sum of values of products of goods and services from all the three sectors, I mean primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector of a country within a particular year. And the volume of GDP is the indicator to tell the economy of the country, to tell the overall production of the country. So whatever the volume of the GDP of a country is there, that is an indication to tell us conveniently about whatever the economy of that very nation is there. And now it is very clear that we need to explain GDP, and GDP is an indication to tell us about the economy of the country. So we should try to just focus on more and more production from primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector to make our economy better by producing more and more goods and services in the country. And after that, students, here comes the topic of study, historical change in sectors. Students, what is historical change in sectors? We have so far seen in our country or listened to about it that whenever people move from primary sector to secondary sector and further secondary to tertiary sector for better income and better work condition to live better life, students, this very process of movement of the people for such purposes is called historical change in sectors. And historical change in sectors is an indication of the progress of the society and country, because there is a viewpoint just to make our economy better by earning better, by changing the fields of activities, and this is a very good sign of our economy. So, historical change in sector is a good thing that tells us that we are doing better by moving a sector to another sector, by moving ourselves from one sector to another sector for better income and better work condition. Thank you very much. Next topics would be studied in the next lecture classes, students.